Good afternoon, everybody. This is Charles Kuck of Kuck, Baxter Immigration. It's great to be back with you. That's a crazy day. It's a crazy night last night, crazy day today, crazy order just now from the NAM litigation, which we've talked about a number of times in our meetings here online. So I have received, I don't know, countless emails today, literally countless emails, all asking the same questions. So I thought it was really important that we do a quick Facebook Live. And then after I'd announced this Facebook Live event, then the NAM court came down, which is just awesome. So we're gonna talk about these things here. First, before we get into the Gomez-Acker order, because that has details that apply to us in our case as diversity lottery recipients. How does the new decision from Judge White, who, by the way, is the same judge who shut down the increased fees yesterday? So another big piece of news yesterday. So let's first understand the NAM lawsuit. NAM means the National Association of Manufacturers. They filed a suit together with the Chamber of Commerce of the United States, the National Retail Federation, Intrax, and TechNet. And these are all umbrella member organizations. So if you own a business in America, you're probably a member of the Chamber of Commerce. The NAM lawsuit was not a class action. It was not about the lottery recipients. It was not about immigrant visas. It was very specifically targeted towards H-1B visa holders and J visa holders and H-2B visa holders, and L visa holders, non-immigrant visas. So it does not apply to lottery recipients. So we got that. This ruling does not apply to us. It does not directly help us directly. But indirectly, I believe we will get some benefit of it. We'll talk about something. By the way, the sun is going down here in Georgia, and he's sorry for it. I should have put my drapes down, but that's kind of the way they are here at the office. Hope you don't mind, but it is a beautiful day outside. So what the judge says in this is, look, and now these are things, we argued every single one of these things to our judge, Judge Mehta. He simply did not believe that he had the authority under the Supreme Court case to strike down what this judge did. Now, we believe he's wrong, and that decision, so this part of the decision, striking down the proclamation, 1014, 1052, is on appeal now, all right? This helps us in that we go to that appeals court and say, look, here's what this judge did, and this is logical, strong reasoning. So we could still win the proclamation argument. It's just that's going to take months. It's going to take months. So what this judge found in the NAM case was that as it pertains to the plaintiffs, so these 5 organizations and their members, the ban does not apply. So if you have an H, you have a J, you have an L, you have an H-2B, the proclamation no longer applies effective immediately, period. So that means the consulates would either have to issue a visa, and you get to come in the country, period, end of story. That's it. That's the ban. So as the judge says here, defendants, blah, 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 so USCIS and the Department of State are enjoined or barred from engaging in any action that results in the non-processing or non-issuance of visas, HJL, and which but for proclamation 10052, because 10014 is gone. All right, 10014 is gone. Just 10052 is in effect. Would be eligible for processing issuance with respect to the members, and therefore they can get their visas and enter the United States. All right. That is the finding of this judge. They sued the USCIS, which didn't apply in our case, and the Department of State, because USCIS never stopped processing DV visas. All right, so that's the NAM case. It's important. It is a good basis. It helps us address some of the issues that Judge Mehta issued, and where he just says, look, I don't think I have the authority. I think the president can do this. Again, we made the same arguments in both cases. This judge is a different circuit, okay? But still, we think we're going to win on appeal. We think we have a very strong case. So now, our case, all right, what does Judge Mehta's decision mean for people? All right, let's talk about people in order. So Judge Mehta reserved another 9,000 plus visas. Now, Department of State has issued, in some of their public statements, we know, supposedly, they've issued 15,000 DVs before the end of the year and change, 15,000 DVs. The judge reserved 9,000 beyond 13,000. So there's only about 7,000 or 8,000 more DVs to issue. Now, the judge said that the priority is plaintiffs, but most plaintiffs have theirs. So these are 7,000 non-plaintiffs that the judge is talking about. He didn't give an order, but you have to presume that the Department of State will go in rank order. So if your number is 50,000, you're probably not going to get touched by it. You're probably not going to benefit from this. Hold on, don't go crazy. I'll get to that, all right? I'm just trying to be specific here about what and who is affected. If you have been interviewed and you didn't get issued the visa before your end, you will be one of the 7,000, all right? Or 8,000 or 9,000, whatever's left. If you'd previously been interviewed but didn't get re-interviewed, you're probably going to be covered. If you had been scheduled for an interview but not interviewed, you're probably covered. Department of State numbers I saw today said they have about 7,000 people who have 7,000 cases or people that have been cleared for interview. So most folks means that most folks that came out of KCC will likely be interviewed and issued their visa. If your case is still at the KCC, you're probably not going to be covered by this. Now, relax. Don't go crazy yet, all right? Doesn't mean you give up yet. That's one. Okay, that's the group we're talking about. Two, when. Now, last I said calm. I'm reversing that now. The final part of the judge's order indicates that the Department of State likely does not have to process any cases until he issues a final judgment. That's okay. That's not bad for you, because that means your visa will be issued likely later in the fall, early winter, so late December, starting through January, which means the proclamation would have expired. All right, now I have talked previously. You've heard me say it. If Trump wins, nobody's coming. These proclamations notwithstanding, we will fight for them. We will try to get them set aside. But really, you have to understand, if Trump wins, this is a nightmare. Now, if Trump loses, he is probably going to extend the proclamation again before the end of the year. But when President Biden would take over, he'd immediately suspend the proclamation, which I believe he would, which means then you could just come in the country. So the time is not unhelpful to us. You don't need the visa today. Now, the sucky part, the terrible part, is you want to get on with your life. You want to know what you're going to do. But oddly enough, you're not going to know that till after the election anyway. So you're not really going to know or understand the impact on your case until after November 3rd. So just relax for DV 2020. Now, that said, we're still short 25,000, 30,000 visas. All right. What we are going to do, if there is a President Biden that takes over, and perhaps this case is not done yet, that is not a bad thing for you. That allows us to negotiate with a different Department of Justice, a different policy. Do you understand? We will ask for all the visas. And now that the court has said I can reserve the visas, then they can issue all of them. And at the same time, we're going to be asking Congress, which would hopefully be a democratically controlled Congress, to allocate all of those DV 2020 visas. All right, so there you are. That's our plan going forward. Hold off. Don't contact the KCC. Don't contact the consulate yet. Let's wait and see what's going to go on here with the court. We're going to fight for all of them. A group of you are going to get your visas first. We're going to fight for everybody else to get their visas up to the max. And we're going to really hope that the election turns out. I want you to know I'm doing my part. I'm contributing to Biden. I'm working for Biden. We're getting everybody to contribute to Biden. If you have relatives in America and they're not voting for Biden, then you can blame them if Trump wins. They're the reason you didn't come. Maybe they don't want you to come. I don't know, but that's where you are. So that answers almost all the questions I've gotten today. As I go in and kind of look at my message screen here, I mean, most of these questions are, what if I can't come? What if my visa's not issued? What if it expires? Many of you were issued visas that say subject to proclamation 114. 114 is expired. It was unless they argue it's extended through 10052. You can't come on the DV visa until after January. So don't try unless you are the beneficiary of a reissued DV visa. So if you had a DV visa that was valid on April 23rd and you had it reissued, even if it has an annotation on it, get on an airplane and come here tomorrow. All right? If you got problems at the airport, you call me. All right? But you can come in. If you didn't have a valid visa, if it expired before April 23rd, then you have to wait till January. Right, that's how I understand this visa. Now, that's that. All right, now I want to answer some of your questions here. So I'm going to go to our Skype machine. I mean our StreamYard machine, and go to the Facebook page, and let's take a look at this. Grant, hello, thank you. Nina, thank you. How can an F1 student? No, we're not answering those questions, Christy. Sorry, this is all on the DV 2020. All right. When will the KCC start processing your cases? Farouk, I don't know when. They may never process your case if you didn't. If we're limited to 9,000 and you're still at the KCC, they're probably not processing your case. I just stressed that. Okay. DV 2021. You need to hold the pants. We'll get to you. All right. I'm interested in what case you read my document. They are going to issue. Well, no dar, because they're not issuing any visas. They are shut down for DV 2020 until the judge's order. So you have to wait for the judge's final order, which is probably a month or 2 or 3 away. So you just have to hold on. All right. And I know you don't like that. Kennedy plaintiffs, you talk to Kennedy lawyers. I'm not going to comment on Kennedy plaintiffs. They're not my plaintiffs. All right. A lot of DV 2021. Sammy, if you write that one more time, I will delete you permanently from my page. All right. Increase the number of visas reserved. Yeah, I agree. Maggie, I get it. I know it's not enough. We argued for a lot more. And I just explained how we're going to try to get the rest. If you didn't hear it, rewind and you'll hear that. Non-plaintiffs. There is no non-plaintiff list. The non-plaintiff list is everybody. All right. And everybody's covered by this, likely in rank order. Again, the embassies, Michael, are not going to issue visas until the judge issues his final order in 2 or 3 months. 2 or 3 months. So just relax now. You were Yusuf. Thank you. Again, I already commented on the KCC. The judge, zero check. The judge is not increasing the numbers. That's not happening with our judge. Okay. It's also not likely happening on appeal. The fight for the additional numbers comes if the administration changes and from Congress. All right. We're not going to give up on that. Living in Venezuela, we have our visa in March, but not travel. Okay. So Cho. You have an interesting Venezuelan name, Why Cho. This extension is good for you. So when they begin issuing/reissuing visas, you can still get yours reissued. You need to get yourself out of Venezuela, okay? What about, again, administrative processing picks up and you should be able to get your visa. Now, oddly enough, their notice today that I saw said that there are only 18 people on administrative processing. That cannot be true. It cannot be true. Okay, I got 18 people who just contacted me about that. How many plaintiffs left? I don't have the final number because I don't have the Mohammed Fang Zhang numbers. We only have a handful, 15 or 20. I mean, vast majority of the 9,000, 90 to 95% are really going to be for non-plaintiffs. Quotas, well, embassies, yeah, every country will. Well, again, I don't know how Department of State's going to do it. They will likely quota it. That's probably true. 2,000 visas, yeah, Dimitri, I know it's not enough. I didn't make the decision. I simply fought for it. So, Maris, you'll probably get interviewed if you were going to have an interview in May because you're documentarily qualified. Pending final adjudication, that's the judge's order. So the order he gave yesterday was on the preliminary injunction. We still have a whole case to fight, which begins next. All right. So now, the longer it takes, the better for you, for those not issued. That's not a bad thing because it gets us to the next administration. And that could be Trump or Biden. If it's Biden, that's super good for you. Super good. And that's really what we want to have. Simon, already talked about KCC. Marilith, ¿qué sucede con aquellas visas que no tienen locotilla de prohibición de viaje? ¿Acaso olvidaron colocarla y pueden viajar a pesar? No, Marilith, si tienes una visa sin la proclamación, todavía no te van a admitir. Que puedes tratar, pero te van a devolver. Mejor de no hacerlo. Okay? Yeah, Biden 2020 is right. Again, I'm not talking about Kennedy plaintiffs. Who can get a visa? Well, everybody's entitled. I mean, but probably in the rank order. You're welcome. I'm not a great man. I'm just a guy. I'm just doing my job. Yes, thank you, Kareem, for a great quote. Donald Trump wasn't descended from immigrants. I think he came out of a test tube. When I called 2 weeks ago, eligible case processing, Nancy, we're just going to have to wait at this point. All right? That's why I can't answer individual answers anymore, because there's nothing to answer. People just have to wait. That's why I'm doing this today. Let's see. Case refused. So just keep waiting, Adrian. Just keep waiting. Now, I want to now talk about DV 2021. So here's the deal. It appears from different responses that we've seen from KCC and some consulates that the Department of State is taking the position that they are not issuing any visas until January. That's illegal. They just lost that case. So we're going to gather. We're going to have a call next week, a plaintiff's call for DV 2021. So watch my Twitter. I'm sure you have a Facebook page. Watch Britt Simon. We're going to have a call, and we're going to decide how we're going to handle that litigation, because apparently they want to be sued again. And we're not going to wait until July. We're not going to wait and lose all the whole year. We're going to go ahead and we're going to sue their butts. And we're going to make them explain to a judge on a case that they just lost on why they're doing the same thing again. All right. So now in that case, we're going to have plaintiffs, and we will likely do a class action as well. But, time of doing stuff for free is over. We're going to do some of it, have to get paid eventually for something. But it'll be a minimal fee. But we're going to work, I think, with Ayla on this. We want to do it as a class action. That means it takes a little bit longer. That means everybody benefits. But it also means everybody pays a lot less. So the DV 2021, I want you to watch the Twitter machine. We'll put a notice up on this, and we will fight for you. We're about to move forward on our O1 litigation. We're going to fight for F2As and IR5s. That's next as well. So the litigation team, Greg Siskin and I, and Jeff Joseph, our firms, along with Ayla, we are going to fight for this. All right. And I think we'll have other compatriots that join us in this. So thank you, everybody, for coming in. Take a look at, follow the Twitter feed. We'll keep putting information, but don't DM me. I just can't spend all day answering stuff for free. Today I was with clients and it was crazy. All right. But we're here to help you. If you want to make an appointment for individual help from my law firm, what you do is you call this number. All right. You call this number for a consult. All right. They will make you a consult with one of my 12 lawyers, not necessarily with me. My schedule's booked out for like weeks. All right. You can talk to any of my lawyers and we can help you. But if you're DV 2020, you need to hold off. There's nothing to do right now. If you're DV 2021, take a pill, relax a second. We're going to be dealing with that next week. But do keep doing your KCC processing. If you're DV 2021, keep doing the processing. Get yourself documentarily qualified so when we sue, we're suing on behalf of all of you. All right? So, again, your host, Charles Kuck. If you need anything, you see me on the Twitter machine. You have our website. We have a blog. We have a YouTube channel. You know, all of this stuff is available for you guys to this is my blog, by the way, my podcast, The Immigration Hour. We are here to give you as much information as we can to keep you updated. We'll likely have another Facebook chat that we announce on Twitter next week, and we'll go from there. So until then, thank you guys. We love you. We appreciate your support. We appreciate how you have suffered through this. We understand the emotions, the difficulties. Just understand, you have allies, you have friends fighting for you in the United States. This nightmare will end. I promise you it will end. And we will get back to a semblance of normal. Until next week, I'm Chuck Kuck, and we'll see you soon. Thank you.